Welcome back to Footnotes and Folly, and to the end of Henry VI, Part 2. I am Pemberton. This is Part 4, and the long-building storm breaks at last. Jack Cade's rabble routs the King's Staffords and storms into London itself. The wretched Lord Say is dragged out and beheaded for the crime of knowing Latin and building schools, and the city runs with blood and misrule. Then the King's officers, Buckingham and old Clifford, turn the mob with the offer of a free pardon and the magic of King Henry's name, and Cade's followers melt away as quickly as they gathered. Cade himself, hunted and starving, creeps into a Kentish garden and is killed by its honest owner, Alexander Iden. And now the true claimant shows his hand. The Duke of York lands from Ireland with an army, throws off all pretense, and demands the crown. The quarrel comes at last to open war, and on the field of St. Albans the white rose and the red meet in the first great battle of the Civil Wars. York and his fierce sons, Warwick and Salisbury against the King's men, old Lord Clifford cut down and his sons swearing a terrible revenge. Let us finish it.
Alarms sound as the battle is fought. Both the Staffords are killed. Cade enters with the rest of his followers. Where is Dick, the butcher of Ashford? Here, sir. They dropped in front of you like sheep and oxen, and you carried yourself as if you were back in your own slaughterhouse. So this is how I will reward you. It shall last twice as long as before, and you shall have a license to slaughter 99 people. I ask for nothing more. And to tell the truth, you deserve nothing less. I will carry the sign of our victory. He puts on Sir Humphrey's brigandine, and the body shall be dragged at my horse's heels until I come to London, where we will have the mayor's sword carried before us. If we mean to prosper and do some good, break open the jails and let the prisoners out. Do not fear that, I promise you. Come, let us march toward London. They leave. The King enters with a petition, and the Queen enters with Suffolk's head, along with the Duke of Buckingham and the Lord Say. Often I have heard that grief softens the mind and makes it fearful and weak. So think about revenge and stop weeping. But who could stop weeping while looking at this? His head may lie here on my pounding breast, but where is the body I should embrace? What answer does your grace give to the rebels' petition? I will send some holy bishop to plead with them, for God forbid that so many simple souls should die by the sword. And I myself, rather than let bloody war cut them down, will talk with Jack Cade, their general. But wait, I will read it over once more. Ah, brutal villains! Did this lovely face rule over me like a wandering planet, and yet could it not force those men to feel pity, men who were unworthy even to look upon it? Lord Say, Jack Cade has sworn to have your head? Yes, but I hope your highness will have his. What now, madam? Still lamenting and mourning Suffolk's death? I fear, my love, that if I had been dead, you would not have mourned so much for me. No, my love, I would not mourn. I would die for you. A messenger enters. What is it? What news? Why do you come in such haste? The rebels are in Southwark. Flee, my lord. Jack Cade proclaims himself Lord Mortimer, descended from the Duke of Clarence's house. He openly calls your grace a usurper and vows to crown himself in Westminster. His army is a ragged crowd of labourers and peasants, rough and merciless. The deaths of Sir Humphrey Stafford and his brother have given them the spirit and courage to go on. Scholars, lawyers, courtiers, gentlemen, they call them all false parasites, and they mean to kill them. Oh, graceless men! They do not know what they are doing. My gracious lord, withdraw to Kenilworth until a force can be raised to put them down. Ah, if the Duke of Suffolk were alive now, these Kentish rebels would soon be quieted. Lord Say, the traitors hate you. Therefore come away with us to Kenilworth. Then your grace's own person might be in danger. The sight of me is hateful to their eyes, and therefore I will stay in this city and live alone, as hidden as I can. Another messenger enters. Jack Cade has taken London Bridge. The citizens flee and abandon their houses. The low rabble, thirsty for plunder, join with the traitor, and together they swear to rob the city and your royal court. Then do not linger, my lord. Away, take horse. Come, Margaret. God, our hope, will help us. My hope is gone, now Suffolk is dead. Farewell, my lord. Do not trust the Kentish rebels. Trust nobody, for fear you will be betrayed. The trust I have is in my innocence, and therefore I am bold and resolute. They leave. Lord Scales enters upon the tower, walking. Then 2 or 3 citizens enter below. What now? Is Jack Cade killed? No, my lord, nor is he likely to be killed. They have won the bridge, killing everyone who resisted them. The Lord Mayor asks your honor for help from the tower to defend the city from the rebels. You shall command whatever help I can spare, but I am troubled here by them myself. The rebels have tried to win the tower. Go to Smithfield and gather your forces, and I will send Matthew Go there to you. Fight for your king, your country, and your lives. And so farewell, for I must go back again. They leave. Jack Cade enters with the rest and strikes his staff on London stone. Now Mortimer is lord of this city. And here, sitting upon London stone, I charge and command that, at the city's expense, the piss and conduit shall run with nothing but claret wine during this first year of our reign. From now on it shall be treason for anyone to call me anything other than Lord Mortimer. A soldier runs in. Jack Cade. Jack Cade. Knock him down there. They kill him. If this fellow is wise, he will never call you Jack Cade again. I think he has had a very clear warning. My lord, there is an army gathered in Smithfield. And then let us go fight them. But first, go and set London Bridge on fire, and if you can, burn down the tower too. Come, let us go. They leave. Alarms sound. Matthew Go is killed, along with all the rest. Then Jack Cade enters with his company. So, sirs, now some of you go and pull down the Savoy, the rest go to the Inns of Court. Tear them all down. I have a request for your lordship. Call it a lordship, and you shall have it for using that word. Only this, let the laws of England come out of your mouth. Aside. By the mass, then it will be painful law, because he was stabbed in the mouth with a spear, and it has not healed yet. Aside. No, John, it will be foul, smelling law, because his breath stinks from eating toasted cheese. I have considered it, and it shall be so. Go burn all the records of the kingdom. My mouth shall be the Parliament of England. Aside. Then we are likely to have biting laws, unless his teeth are pulled out. From now on, everything shall be held in common. A messenger enters. My lord, a prize, a prize. Here is the Lord say, the man who sold the towns in France, the man who made us pay 20, 1/15 and 1 shilling in the pound in the last subsidy. George Bevis enters with the Lord say. Well, he shall be beheaded 10 times for that. Ah, you say, you surge, no, you buckram lord. Now you are within point blank range of our royal jurisdiction. What can you answer to my majesty for giving up Normandy to mount your base coup, the Dauphin of France? Let it be known to you by these present witnesses, even in the presence of Lord Mortimer, that I am the broom that must sweep the court clean of filth like you. You have most traitorously corrupted the youth of the realm by setting up a grammar school, and while our forefathers had no books except the score and the tally, you have caused printing to be used, and against the king, his crown, and dignity, you have built a paper mill. It will be proved to your face that you keep men around you who regularly talk about nouns and verbs, and other abominable words that no Christian ear can bear to hear. You have appointed justices of the peace to call poor men before them about matters they could not answer for. More than that, you have put them in prison, and because they could not read, you hanged them when in truth, for that very reason, they were most worthy to live. You ride on a foot cloth, do you not? What of that? Why, you ought not let your horse wear a cloak when more honest men than you go about in their hose and doublets, and work in their shirts too, as I do, for example, being a butcher. You men of Kent. What do you say about Kent? Nothing but this, it is a good land with bad people. Away with him, away with him. He speaks Latin. Only hear me speak, and then take me wherever you will. Kent, as Caesar wrote in his commentaries, is called the most civilized place in all this island. The country is sweet because it is full of riches, its people are generous, brave, active, and prosperous. That makes me hope you are not without pity. I did not sell Maine, I did not lose Normandy, yet to recover them I would gladly lose my life. I have always done justice with mercy. Prayers and tears have moved me, gifts never have. When have I ever demanded anything from your hands, people of Kent, except to support the king, the realm, and yourselves? I have given large gifts to learned clerks, because my book learning brought me into the king's favor. And since ignorance is the curse of God, and knowledge is the wing by which we fly to heaven, unless you are possessed by devilish spirits, you cannot bring yourselves to murder me. This tongue has negotiated with foreign kings for your benefit. Enough. When did you ever strike one blow in the field? Great men have long, reaching hands. Often I have struck men I never saw and struck them dead. O monstrous coward! What, by coming up behind people? These cheeks are pale from staying awake for your good. Give him a box on the ear, and that will make them red again. Long hours, sitting to decide poor men's cases, have filled me with sickness and disease. Then you shall have a hempen drink for medicine, and the help of a hatchet. Why are you trembling, man? The palsy makes me shake, not fear. No, he is nodding at us as if to say, I will get even with you. I will see whether his head stands steadier on a pole or not. Take him away and behead him. Tell me, in what have I offended most? Have I chased wealth or honor? Speak. Are my chests filled with gold extorted from you? Is my clothing luxurious to look at? Whom have I harmed that you seek my death? These hands are free from guiltless bloodshed, and this breast is free from sheltering foul, deceitful thoughts. Oh, let me live. Aside. His words make me feel remorse, but I will hold it back. He shall die, if only for pleading so well for his life. Away with him. He has a familiar spirit under his tongue. He does not speak in God's name. Go, take him away, I say, and strike off his head at once. Then break into the house of his son-in-law, Sir James Cromer, strike off his head too, and bring them both back here on 2 poles. It shall be done. Ah, countrymen, if when you say your prayers God were as hard-hearted as you are, what would become of your departed souls? So even now relent and save my life. Away with him. Do as I command you. Some exit with Lord say. The proudest peer in the realm shall not wear a head on his shoulders unless he pays me tribute. No maid shall be married unless she pays me her maidenhead before her husband has it. Men shall hold their lands from me directly, and we charge and command that their wives be as free as heart can wish or tongue can tell. My lord, when shall we go to Cheapside and take goods on our bills? Why, immediately. Oh, excellent. One enters carrying the heads. But is this not better? Let them kiss each other, since they loved each other well when they were alive. Now part them again, in case they consult about giving up some more towns in France. Soldiers, put off plundering the city until night. With these carried before us instead of maces, we will ride through the streets, and at every corner make them kiss. Away! They all exit. An alarm sounds, then a retreat. Cade enters with all his disorderly followers. Up Fish Street. Down St. Magnus Corner. Kill them and knock them down. Throw them into Thames. What is that noise I hear? Does anyone dare to be so bold as to sound retreat or call for talks when I order them to kill? Buckingham and old Clifford enter with attendants. Yes, here are the men who dare and who will interrupt you. Know this, Cade, we come as ambassadors from the king to the common people whom you have misled. Here we proclaim a free pardon for all of them who abandon you and go home peacefully. What do you say, countrymen? Will you give way and accept mercy while it is offered to you, or will you let a rebel lead you to your deaths? Whoever loves the king and will accept his pardon, throw up his cap and say, God save his majesty. Whoever hates him and does not honor his father, Henry V, who made all France tremble, let him shake his weapon at us and pass by. God save the king. God save the king. What, Buckingham and Clifford, are you so bold? And you base peasants, do you believe him? Are you determined to be hanged with your pardons around your necks? Did my sword break through the gates of London just so you could abandon me at the White Hart in Southwark? I thought you would never have laid down these weapons until you had won back your ancient freedom. But you are all cowards and deserters, and you enjoy living as slaves to the nobility. Let them break your backs with burdens, take the roofs from over your heads, and violate your wives and daughters before your eyes. As for me, I will find a way to manage alone, and so may God's curse fall on all of you. We'll follow Cade. We'll follow Cade. Is Cade the son of Henry V, that you shout like this that you will go with him? Will he lead you through the heart of France, and make the lowest of you earls and dukes? Poor fools, he has no home, no place to run to, and he knows no way to live except by plunder, unless it is by robbing your friends and us. Would it not be shameful if, while you are quarrelling among yourselves, the fearful French, whom you recently defeated, should cross the seas in a sudden attack and conquer you? I think I already see them, in this civil disorder, ruling over the streets of London and crying Villego at everyone they meet. Better that 10,000 low-born Cades should perish than that you should bend under a Frenchman's mercy. To France, and recover what you have lost. Spare England, for it is your native land. Henry has money, you are strong and manly. With God on our side, do not doubt the victory. A Clifford. We'll follow the king and Clifford. Was any feather ever blown so easily back and forth as this crowd? The name of Henry V drags them into 100 dangers, and makes them leave me deserted. I see them putting their heads together to seize me. My sword, make a path for me, for there is no staying here. In defiance of devils and hell, I will force my way straight through the very middle of you. Let heaven and honor bear witness that it is not any lack of resolution in me, but only the base and disgraceful treachery of my followers, that makes me take to my heels. Cade exits. What, has he fled? Some of you, go and follow him. Whoever brings his head to the king shall have 1,000 crowns as his reward. Some of them exit. Follow me, soldiers. We will find a way to reconcile you all to the king. They exit. Trumpets sound. King, Queen, and Somerset enter above on the terrace. Was there ever a king who enjoyed an earthly throne, and yet could command no more contentment than I can? No sooner had I crawled out of my cradle than I was made a king at 9 months old. No subject ever longed to be a king as much as I long and wish to be a subject. Buckingham and old Clifford enter. Health and joyful news to your majesty. Well, Buckingham, has the traitor Cade been captured? Or has he only withdrawn to gather strength? Below, crowds enter with halters around their necks. He has fled, my lord, and all his forces surrender. Humbly, like this, with halters on their necks, they await your highness's judgment of life or death. Then, heaven, open your everlasting gates to receive my vows of thanks and praise. Soldiers, today you have redeemed your lives and shown how well you love your prince and country. Continue in this good state of mind, and Henry, though he is unfortunate, I assure you, will never be unkind. And so, with thanks and pardon to you all, I dismiss you to your separate counties. God save the king. God save the king. A messenger enters. May it please your grace to be informed that the Duke of York has newly come from Ireland, and with a powerful and mighty force of gallows and stout kerns is marching this way in proud array. As he comes, he keeps proclaiming that his arms are raised only to remove from you the Duke of Somerset, whom he calls a traitor. This is how my state stands, distressed between Cade and York, like a ship that has escaped a storm only to be immediately becalmed and boarded by a pirate. Cade has only just been driven back and his men scattered, and now York is in arms to follow him. I ask you, Buckingham, go and meet him, and ask him the reason for these armed forces. Tell him I will send Duke Edmund to the Tower. And Somerset, we will commit you there until York's army is dismissed from him. My lord, I will willingly give myself up to prison, or even to death, to do my country good. In any case, do not use words that are too harsh, for he is fierce and cannot endure rough language. I will, my lord, and have no doubt I can handle it so that everything will turn to your advantage. Come, wife, let us go in and learn to govern better, for England may yet curse my wretched reign. A flourish sounds. They exit. Cade enters. Curse ambition. Curse me too for having a sword and still being ready to starve. For these last 5 days I have hidden in these woods, and have not dared to show my face, because the whole country is hunting me. But now I am so hungry that, even if I could have my life guaranteed for 1,000 years, I could not wait any longer. So I have climbed over a brick wall into this garden to see whether I can eat grass, or pick a salad for a while, which is not a bad thing to cool a man's stomach in this hot weather. And I think this word salad was born to do me good. Many times, if not for a salad helmet, my skull would have been split by a brown bill, and many times, when I was thirsty and marching bravely, it served me as a quart pot to drink from. And now the word salad must serve to feed me. Iden enters with his men. Lord, who would live troubled and tangled in the court when he could enjoy quiet walks like these? This small inheritance my father left me satisfies me, and is worth a kingdom. I do not try to grow great by making others shrink, or gather wealth, no matter how much envy it brings. It is enough that what I have maintains my rank and sends the poor away well pleased from my gate. Here comes the lord of the land to seize me as a stray animal for entering his freehold without permission. Ah, villain, you mean to betray me and get 1,000 crowns from the king by carrying him my head. But before you and I part, I will make you eat iron like an ostrich and swallow my sword like a giant pin. Why, rude fellow, whoever you are, I do not know you. Why then, should I betray you? Is it not enough that you break into my garden and come like a thief to rob my grounds, climbing my walls in defiance of me, the owner, but you must also challenge me with these insolent words? Challenge you? Yes, by the best blood that ever was spilled, and beard you too. Look at me well, I have eaten no food for 5 days. Still, you and your 5 men may come at me, and if I do not leave you all as dead as a doornail, I pray God I may never eat grass again. No, while England stands, it shall never be said that Alexander Iden, an esquire of Kent, took unfair odds to fight a poor starving man. Set your fixed, staring eyes against mine, and see whether you can stare me down. Put limb against limb, and you are far the smaller. Your hand is only a finger beside my fist, your leg is a stick compared with the staff. My foot alone could fight with all the strength you have. And if my arm is lifted into the air, your grave is already dug in the earth. As for words, let their greatness answer words, let this sword of mine say what speech leaves unsaid. By my courage, you are the most complete champion I ever heard. Steel if you turn your edge, or if you do not cut this thick, bone countrymen into slices of beef before you sleep in your sheath, I beg God on my knees that you may be turned into hobnails. They fight, and Cade falls. Oh, I am killed. Famine, and no one else has killed me. Let 10,000 devils come against me, and give me only the 10 meals I have lost, and I would defy them all. Wither garden, and from now on be a burial place for everyone who lives in this house, because the unconquered soul of Cade has fled. Is it Cade I have killed, that monstrous traitor? Sword, I will make you sacred for this deed, and hang you over my tomb when I am dead. This blood shall never be wiped from your point. You shall wear it like a herald's coat, proclaiming the honor your master won. Iden, farewell, and be proud of your victory. Tell Kent from me that she has lost her best man, and urge all the world to be cowards, for I, who never feared anyone, am defeated by famine, not by courage. Cade dies. How much you wrong me, heaven be my judge. Die, damned wretch, with the curse of the woman who bore you. And as I thrust your body with my sword, I wish I could thrust your soul to hell. From here I will drag you head first by the heels to a dunghill, which shall be your grave. There I will cut off your most wicked head, which I will carry in triumph to the king, leaving your body for crows to feed on. Iden exits. York enters with his Irish army, with drum and colours. So York comes from Ireland to claim his right and pull the crown from weak Henry's head. Ring out bells, burn bright bonfires, to welcome England's lawful king. Ah, holy majesty, who would not pay dearly for you? Let those obey who do not know how to rule. This hand was made to handle nothing but gold. I cannot give my words their proper force unless a sword or sceptre balances them. A sceptre it shall have, as I have a soul. On it I will toss the fleur-de-lis of France. Buckingham enters. Who is this? Buckingham come to disturb me? Surely the king has sent him. I must hide my purpose. York, if you mean well, I greet you well. Humphrey of Buckingham, I accept your greeting. Are you a messenger, or have you come for pleasure? A messenger from Henry, our feared lord, to know the reason for these armed men in time of peace, or why you, being a subject as I am, against your oath and sworn allegiance, should raise so great a force without his permission, or dare bring your army so near the court. I can hardly speak, my anger is so great. Oh, I could cut up rocks and fight with flint, I am so furious at these base words, and now, like Ajax Telamonius, I could spend my rage on sheep or oxen. I am far better born than the king, more like a king, more kingly in my thoughts. But I must keep a calm face a little longer, until Henry is weaker, and I am stronger. Buckingham, please forgive me for giving no answer all this while. My mind was troubled with deep sadness. The reason I have brought this army here is to remove proud Somerset from the king, for he is seditious against his grace and against the state. That is too much presumption on your part. But if your armed force is for no other purpose, the king has granted your demand, The Duke of Somerset is in the Tower. On your honour, is he a prisoner? On my honour, he is a prisoner. Then, Buckingham, I dismiss my forces. Soldiers, I thank you all. Disperse yourselves. Meet me tomorrow in St. George's Field. You shall have pay and everything you wish. The soldiers leave. And let my sovereign, virtuous Henry, command my eldest son, no, all my sons, as pledges of my loyalty and love. I will send them all as willingly as I live. Lands, goods, horses, armour, anything I have is his to use, so long as Somerset may die. York, I commend this humble submission. We too will go into his highness's tent. King Henry and attendants enter. Buckingham, does York mean us no harm, that he marches with you arm in arm like this? In all submission and humility, York presents himself to your highness. Then what is the purpose of these forces you bring? To drive the traitor Somerset away from here, and to fight against that monstrous rebel Cade, whom I have since heard was defeated. Iden enters with Cade's head. If one so rough and of such low condition may pass into the presence of a king, look, I present your grace with the traitor's head, the head of Cade, whom I killed in combat. The head of Cade. Great God, how just you are! Oh, let me see his face now that he is dead, since while he lived he caused me such extreme trouble. Tell me, my friend, are you the man who killed him? I was, if it please your majesty. What are you called? And what is your rank? Alexander Iden, that is my name, a poor squire of Kent who loves his king. If it please you, my lord, it would not be wrong to make him a knight for his good service. Iden, kneel down. Rise up a knight. We give you as reward 1,000 marks, and we wish you to attend on us from now on. May Iden live to deserve such generosity, and never live except as true to his liege. Iden rises. Queen Margaret and Somerset enter. Look, Buckingham, Somerset comes with the Queen. Go, tell her to hide him quickly from the Duke. Not for 1,000 Yorks shall he hide his head, but boldly stand and face him openly. What is this? Is Somerset at liberty? Then, York, release your long imprisoned thoughts, and let your tongue match your heart. Shall I endure the sight of Somerset? False king, why have you broken faith with me, knowing how badly I can bear deceit? Did I call you king? No, you are not king, not fit to govern and rule crowds of people, since you dare not know and cannot rule a traitor. That head of yours does not suit a crown. Your hand was made to grasp a pilgrim's staff, not to grace a solemn princely sceptre. That gold must circle these brows of mine, who smile and frown, like Achilles' spear, can by their change both kill and cure. Here is a hand to hold a sceptre up, and with that same hand enforce commanding laws. Make way. By heaven, you shall rule no more over the man whom heaven created to be your ruler. O monstrous traitor! I arrest you, York, for capital treason against the king and crown. Obey, bold traitor, kneel for mercy. Would you have me kneel? First let me ask these men whether they can endure seeing me bend a knee to any man. Sirrah, call in my sons to stand bail for me. I know that before they let me go to prison, they will pawn their swords for my freedom. An attendant exits. Call Clifford here, tell him to come at once, to say whether the bastard boys of York shall be surety for their traitor father. Buckingham exits. O blood-stained Neapolitan outcast of Naples, England's bloody scourge! The sons of York, your betters by birth, shall be their father's bail, and ruin to those who refuse the boys as my surety. Edward and Richard enter. See where they come. I guarantee they will make it good. Old Clifford and his son enter. And here comes Clifford to deny their bail. Health and all happiness to my lord the king. Clifford rises. I thank you, Clifford. Say, what news have you? No, do not frighten us with an angry look. We are your sovereign, Clifford. Kneel again. For making that mistake, we pardon you. This is my King York. I do not mistake him. But you mistake me greatly if you think I do. Take him to Bedlam. Has the man gone mad? Yes, Clifford. A bedlam-like and ambitious madness makes him set himself against his king. He is a traitor. Send him to the Tower and chop away that faction, making head of his. He is arrested, but he will not obey. His sons, he says, shall give their word for him. Will you not, sons? Yes, noble father, if our words will serve. And if words will not, then our weapons shall. Why, what a brood of traitors we have here! Look in a mirror and call your own image that. I am your king, and you are a false-hearted traitor. Call my 2 brave bearers here to the stake, so that with the very shaking of their chains they may terrify these savage, lurking curs. Tell Salisbury and Warwick to come to me. The Earls of Warwick and Salisbury enter. Are these your bears? We will bait your bears to death and shackle the bear-keeper in their chains, if you dare bring them to the baiting place. Often I have seen a hot, overconfident cur run back and bite because it was held back, but when it was allowed to meet the bear's fierce paw, it tucked its tail between its legs and cried. You will do just that kind of service if you set yourselves against Lord Warwick. Away, heap of anger, foul unformed lump, as crooked in your manners as in your shape. No, we shall heat you thoroughly soon enough. Take care that by your heat you do not burn yourselves. Why, Warwick, has your knee forgotten how to bow? Old Salisbury, shame on your silver hair, you mad misleader of your brain. Sick son. What will you play the ruffian on your deathbed and go seeking sorrow with your spectacles? Oh, where is faith? Oh, where is loyalty? If it is banished from the frosty head of age, where shall it find a harbor on earth? Will you dig up a grave to discover war and shame your honorable age with blood? Why are you old and yet lack experience? Or why do you misuse experience if you have it? For shame and duty bend your knee to me, you who are bending toward the grave with great age. My lord, I have considered for myself the title of this most renowned duke, and in my conscience I judge his grace to be the rightful heir to England's royal seat. Have you not sworn allegiance to me? I have. Can you get heaven to release you from such an oath? It is a great sin to swear to do a sin, but a greater sin to keep a sinful oath. Who can be bound by any solemn vow to commit murder, to rob a man, to violate a spotless virgin's chastity, to take an orphan's inheritance, to wrest a widow from her customary right, and have no reason for that wrong except that he was bound by a solemn oath? A subtle traitor needs no clever lawyer. Call Buckingham and tell him to arm himself. Call Buckingham and all the friends you have. I am resolved on death or dignity. The first I guarantee you if dreams come true. You had better go to bed and dream again, to keep yourself from the storm of the field. I am resolved to bear a greater storm than any you can raise today, and I would write that on your helmet, if only I could know you by your family badge. Now by my father's badge, old Neville's crest, the rampant bear chained to the ragged staff, today I will wear my helmet high, like the cedar on a mountain top that keeps its leaves despite any storm, even to frighten you with the sight of it. And from your helmet I will tear your bear and trample it underfoot with total contempt, in spite of the bear keeper who protects the bear. Then to arms, victorious father, to crush the rebels and their accomplices. For shame, charity. Do not speak in spite, for you shall dine with Jesu Christ tonight. Foul-marked deformity, that is more than you can know. If not in heaven, you will certainly dine in hell. They exit in different directions. At St. Albans the sign of the castle inn is displayed. Trumpets sound the alarm for battle, and cries of fighting fill the air. Warwick enters. Clifford of Cumberland, Warwick is calling you. If you are not hiding from the bear, then come out now, while the angry trumpet sounds the alarm and the cries of dead men fill the empty air. Clifford, I say, come out and fight me. Proud northern lord Clifford of Cumberland, Warwick has grown hoarse from calling you to arms. York enters. What is happening, my noble lord? Are you on foot? The deadly-handed Clifford killed my horse, but I met him match for match, and made the handsome beast he loved so well into prey for carrion kites and crows. Old Clifford enters. The time has come for one of us, or both of us. Wait, Warwick. Find yourself some other quarry, for I myself must hunt this deer to death. Then do it nobly, York. You are fighting for a crown. As I hope to prosper today, Clifford, it pains my soul to leave you unattacked. Warwick exits. What do you see in me, York? Why do you hesitate? I could love you for your brave bearing if you were not so completely my enemy. And your courage would deserve praise and honor if it were not shown dishonorably and in treason. Then may my sword help me now against yours, as I use it for justice and true right. My soul and body are both staked on this action. A dreadful wager. Prepare yourself at once. They fight, and Clifford falls. The end crowns the work. Clifford dies. So war has given you peace, for now you are still. Heaven give peace to his soul, if that is your will. York exits. Young Clifford enters. Shame and ruin. Everything is in flight. Fear creates disorder, and disorder wounds the place it ought to defend. O war, you son of hell, whom angry heaven makes its servant, throw hot coals of vengeance into the frozen hearts of our side. Let no soldier run away. A man truly devoted to war has no self-love, and a man who loves himself has the name of courage only by circumstance, not in his true nature. Oh, let the vile world end, and let the promised flames of the last day bind earth and heaven together. Now let the general trumpet blast, and let all lesser, private sounds fall silent. Dear father, were you destined to spend your youth in peace, to reach the silver uniform of careful old age, and then in your reverence and your chair-bound years die like this in brutal battle? At this sight my heart turns to stone, and while it is mine, it shall stay stony. York does not spare our old men. I will no longer spare their babies. A virgin's tears will be to me like dew to fire, and beauty, which often restrains a tyrant, will be oil and flax to my blazing wrath. From now on I will have nothing to do with pity. If I meet an infant of the house of York, I will cut it into as many pieces as wild Medea cut young Absyrtus. I will seek my fame in cruelty. He lifts his dead father onto his back. Come, you new ruin of old Clifford's house. As Aeneas carried old Anchises, so I carry you on my manly shoulders. But Aeneas carried a living burden, nothing as heavy as these sorrows of mine. Young Clifford exits carrying his father. Richard and Somerset enter fighting. Somerset is killed. So lie there. Under the poor sign of an alehouse, the castle in St. Albans, Somerset has made the wizard famous by dying here. Sword, keep your edge. Heart, stay angry. Priests pray for enemies, but princes kill. Richard exits. Fighting continues, with charges and retreats. King Henry, Queen Margaret, and others enter. Away, my lord. You are too slow. For shame, away. Can we outrun heaven? But Margaret, stay. What are you made of? You will neither fight nor run. Now it is manhood, wisdom, and self. defense to give way before the enemy and save ourselves by what we can do, which is nothing now but flee. An alarm sounds in the distance. If you are taken, we will see the very bottom of all our fortunes. But if we happen to escape, as we well may if your neglect does not prevent it, we can reach London, where you are loved, and where this breach now made in our fortune may quickly be repaired. Young Clifford enters. If my heart were not fixed on future revenge, I would speak blasphemy before I told you to flee. But flee you must. Hopeless defeat rules the hearts of all our present forces. Go for your own relief. We will live to see their day turn, and to give them our fortune. Away, my lord, away. They all exit. In the fields near St. Albans, an alarm sounds, then a retreat. York, Richard, Warwick, and soldiers enter with drum and banners. Who can report on Salisbury? Where is that winter lion, who in anger forgets the bruises of age and all the marks of time, and, like a gallant in the height of youth, renews himself when occasion calls? This happy day is nothing, and we have not won a foot of ground, if Salisbury is lost. My noble father, 3 times today I helped him to his horse. 3 times I stood over him in defence. 3 times I led him away, persuading him not to fight any further. Still, wherever danger was, there I met him. Like rich tapestries in a plain house, so was his will inside his old, weak body. But noble as he is, look where he comes. Salisbury enters. Now, by my sword, you have fought well today. By the mass, so did we all. I thank you, Richard. God knows how long I have left to live, and it pleased him that 3 times today you defended me from immediate death. Well, lords, we have not truly gained what we have. It is not enough that our enemies have fled this time, since they are opponents with such power to recover. I know our safety lies in following them. As I hear it, the king has fled to London to call an immediate court of Parliament. Let us pursue him before the writs go out. What says Lord Warwick? Shall we go after them? After them? No, ahead of them if we can. Now, by my hand, lords, it was a glorious day. The battle of St. Albans, won by famous York, shall be made eternal in every age to come. Sound drums and trumpets, and let us all go to London. May more days like this befall us. They all exit.
And there the second part of King Henry VI ends, not with order restored, but with the floodgates of civil war flung wide. Good Duke Humphrey is murdered, the foreign favourites are dead, the rabble has risen and been put down, and the gentle king is in headlong flight from a field he never wanted, his crown all but in the hands of the House of York. The roses plucked in the garden of the first play have borne their bloody fruit. From here the road runs straight on through the third part to the slaughters of Towton and the long agony that ends only at Bosworth Field. Thank you for sitting with the whole of Henry VI, Part 2. Mind the footnotes, and beware the folly.